Hello, confidants, and welcome back. In the morning of November the 5th, 1992, a star was born in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. A millionaire, a legend. Odell Beckham Jr. progressively grew into prominence over the years to become a top-ranking American football wide receiver in the National Football League. Beckham has been one of the most productive and popular players, but he's drawn media scrutiny for his conduct on and off the playing field. Widely known as OBJ, Beckham recently pulled what some are calling the biggest flex in football history by wearing a $350,000 limited edition Richard Mille watch while playing on the field during his debut with the Cleveland Browns. He even went ahead to make sure that the Richard Mille RM011 Orange Storm was orange and black to match his new team colors. So in honor of that move, today I decided to take you through the extremely extravagant life of Odell Beckham Jr. Welcome to ConfidentCastle.com, the place where you'll always find sensational facts, beautiful rich people, and great entertainment. If you want to make sure to get the next episode, subscribe and click the bell. Even if you're not a fan of American football, you have undoubtedly seen Odell Beckham Jr. on your screen. If not on the field, then you've seen his heart-melting smile and characteristic hair on a number of commercials. But even if we stretch our assumption further and say you have poor eyesight, then you've most certainly heard of him and his famous jaw-dropping one-handed touchdown catch, which is the best ever in football history. Well, in my opinion, here is how it went down. Eli Manning was seen heaving the ball down in the sideline. Then there was some jostling, an arm outstretched, and then almost magically, OBJ is seen with the ball in the end zone. It wasn't until a replay that many people realized what this football genius had just done, catching a 50-yard pass with only 3 fingers. It was so incredible that it was almost awkward. It is this athleticism and utmost swagger that has earned OBJ a name for himself as one of the best and most entertaining wide receivers in the NFL. And of course, if you're a top-tier NFL player, you make a top-tier salary and are guaranteed ample endorsement deals, especially if you have the charm and charisma that Beckham Jr. possesses. Not long after his famous catch, Beckham became the league's highest-paid wide receiver in 2018 when he signed a 5-year, $95 million contract with the New York Giants, which shocked the football world 7 months later when the team traded Beckham to the Cleveland Browns. Currently, he earns a base salary of $14 million and a workout bonus of $250,000. On top of his contract deals, Odell has sponsorship deals like his 5 years, $25 million deal with Nike. It became the most lucrative deal ever made with an NFL player, and although it is still nothing compared to LeBron's $1 billion lifetime deal with the same brand, he's the guy crushing it in the NFL, you know. He also has deals with Dunkin' Donuts, Foot Locker, and Head & Shoulders. Hey confidants, now that we're deep into the video, if you like this video, please click the thumbs up button. It helps us understand what you like, and it also helps us please the almighty YouTube algorithm. With his wide and deep income stream, OBJ lives an extremely flashy lifestyle. During the debut with the Cleveland Browns, he was reported to be wearing more than $250,000 worth of gear to play one of the most aggressive contact sports on the planet. It's certainly one way to raise the stakes and heighten the tension for spectators, because every time Beckham Jr. braved a tackle, fans held their breath for the 6-figure gadget on his wrist. Richard Mille watches have been worn by athletes during games, but to many of us mere mortals, it would hardly seem worth the risk. Unfortunately, for the Browns, the pricey timepiece didn't turn out to be much of a good luck charm. They lost to the Titans in a spectacular 43-13 defeat. Athletes can be a superstitious bunch, so maybe, after that, OBJ won't be wearing his super expensive watch during any more games. But that's just during the games. Certainly, the gods of luck don't care what players wear on their wrists before the games. And that is probably why OBJ, soon after, surprised many as he wore an even more expensive watch in the warms-up of the next game. That impressive tourbillon sapphire timepiece has only 9 others like it in the world, and each of them cost $2.02 million. After the pre-game warm-ups, Beckham quickly took it off, careful not to upset the gods of luck, and hopefully put that ultra-expensive timepiece somewhere safe. But what is a sportsman without a sports car? OBJ owns a number of exotic cars, including a customized Rolls-Royce Cullinan. The footballer sent his Cullinan to the crew from DreamWorks Motorsports for a series of modifications, and the finished item is, well, quite flashy. It has an orange wrap to match the color of the Cleveland Browns. There are a number of other exterior modifications, including numerous gloss black accents, tinted taillights, blacked-out windows, and a custom-created subwoofer system fitted in the trunk. But there's one aspect of the English machine which outshines all others: the spirit of ecstasy. Or perhaps more appropriately, the spirit of Odell. The Cullinan, like other Rolls-Royce models, features the British marque's famous sculpted logo, which pops in and out of the hood. However, Beckham Jr.'s car instead features a small figurine of himself catching a ball. Tacky? Yes. Unique? Absolutely. I have no idea how much the footballer paid for these modifications, but I'm willing to bet it would have been pocket change for the superstar, who earns roughly $14 million a year before endorsements. OBJ has another custom white Rolls-Royce Wraith with gold-plated rims and a gold ceiling. On his driveway, you will also find his custom Mercedes CLS 63 AMG with red rims and a matte gray finish. He has also gifted his family some cars for helping him get where he is at today. He bought his father a custom 2017 Ford F-250 in matte gray and red rims, just so that the two could match while they drive on the road together. How sweet! He also surprised his mom with a Mercedes G-Wagon at Super Bowl 53. Hey confidants! Kindly click the subscribe button below to ensure you get more amazing videos in the future. Our guy never ceases to amaze on all fronts. He recently just claimed another record, owning the most expensive pair of Chuck Taylor shoes in the world. Unlike the regular price of $45, this pair costs OBJ $20,000. Yikes! It even sounded weird saying that loud. The kicks were designed by legendary street artist Kai, who reportedly spent more than 4 months handcrafting them. Beckham was stunned by the inclusion of concrete on the soles of these classic Converses, and he remarked, "I don't think I've ever seen a concrete on a shoe unless it was a construction boot. I couldn't imagine how you did that. A gradient paint that changes colors from orange to blue coats the shoe's upper." Also hard to go unnoticed are his flashy earrings. Favorite in his collection are the diamond bangers with gold flails that scream, "All hail the king of wide receivers." You're probably already wild in fantasy of where OBJ lives. And yes, where does OBJ live? His New York home is a 3-story, 3,529 square foot dream house with nano walls on each level facing Manhattan. And what the heck are nano walls? Only the best window wall combination, fully opening to allow the room to become indoor-outdoor with a push of a button. Yes, sounds unrealistic, just until you see it. The walls open up to some gorgeous private terraces with beautiful views of the city. The top floor is entirely made up of his master suite, complete with a walk-in steam shower, big enough for Odell's Head & Shoulders campaigning. The designer kitchen features state-of-the-art, industrial-grade stainless steel appliances, Caesar stone countertops which boast a 93% quartz composition, which is arguably the most beautiful and toughest minerals there is. OBJ also likes to travel in style while taking private jets for flights to Dubai, you know, where all the rich buddies hang out. Well, that's it, confidants. But just before we wind up, I would love to know what different things you would have done with your money if you were Odell Beckham Jr. Thank you for having a good time with me, confidants. Make sure you subscribe and hit the bell so you never miss another episode. And if you have a few more minutes right now, I picked the videos you see on the screen for you to watch next.